She's a very funny actress and writer. Last year, Variety named her, along with celebrities like Ice Spice and Jenna Ortega, to their 2023 Young Hollywood Report. She's most known for her TikTok channel, which spoofs movies along with cringy characters that we've all met in real life. So here's a look.
Hope you guys don't mind that I brought Stanley. I know it's a fancy restaurant, but I think people really appreciate the entertainment. Stanley, no! Stanley, no! Stanley, down! Stanley, down! I'm sorry, you don't mind, do you? He doesn't shed, I promise. He's one of those dogs with human hair. Is that water or pee? Is that water or pee? That's pee. Give me a kiss on the lips. Give me a kiss on the lips. The exact same way about Toretos, yeah. Say please, baby, say please. Go to a bar afterwards, yeah. Stanley loves tequila. I love to party. I'm a party dog.
Hilarious.
Oh my God.
So funny. And I heard that you were a celebrity private chef. What?
Yes, I was.
So I didn't know you were also a chef.
Okay, well, I'm not, right? So you were just talking to Carol and Kristen about lying, and that entire, like, mini 5-year career of mine was just predicated on lies.
How do you lie? But you have to show up and cook eventually.
Well, you know, if you have a smartphone, you just sort of run to the bathroom and you Google how to braise a pork chop, and then you do it live.
Do it live.
But I was, you know, I like made these little flyers like on Photoshop, and I would just Google, you know, like catered food and be like, looks like I made that. And then that was on the front of the flyer. And then on the back of the flyer was a massive headshot.
Getting it out there.
I was just like, you know, it's Los Angeles. Everything's an audition.
Did you ever, like, have to cook for someone and they didn't like your food?
My God, of course. My first big client was Stanley, like Marvel's Stanley. It was absolutely wild because my you know, little flyer ended up in his doctor's mailbox. And by the way, putting your flyers into somebody else's mailbox is illegal. Enough time has passed, right? So he calls me and he's like, I have a client, or sorry, a patient, who is, you know, he's going strong, but we need somebody to come in and cook him like really healthy, plant-based vegan food. And that at the time was kind of the brand of my business. And I was like, I got it, you know? And so I start cooking for him, and he just hates everything that I'm making. I'm making, like, you know, red lentil dal with brown rice, and he's like, I want clams casino and a box of cigars. And I'm like, I don't have that, but I have tofu if
you're interested.
If you're interested. But he didn't like it, and then I got, like, one final chance to try to, like, make him something, you know, that was, like, vegan, but also kind of scratched, like, the old school Hollywood. So I made him a shepherd's pie, and instead of using like ground lamb and all the good stuff, I used lentils. And I make it for him, and I leave it for him for dinner, and then I come back the next day, and the first thing I see is the shepherd's pie in the trash with just a finger scoop taken out of it. And then I got fired that day.
Oh my God. Yeah. So you're so funny. How would you describe your channel to people that haven't seen it yet?
You know, I make videos about things that I think are a little bit annoying, and, you know, when you see somebody, you're out to dinner with somebody, and, you know, they just say one little thing, and like a catchphrase, or your internal monologue starts going, and you're like, God, why is that so annoying to me? Why is that? But it's also making me laugh so much, and how can I expand on it, and then just make it more extreme, and then bring it into something else.
You are hilarious. You can see more of Delaney's work on her TikTok channel. Bless you. Okay, nice, yeah.